Well, welcome everybody. We're so excited to have all of the people zooming in from across the country. And it's my honor to be able to introduce the first speaker. So I'm Lori Andrews from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Background is corporate training facilitation. And I am honored and so excited to introduce this amazing event. This is a very rare, unusual opportunity for all of us to come together and learn about this incredible company, the science, the products, and mostly our owner, Bill Lee, and his philanthropic vision. So tonight, I'm going to introduce Al Karanen first and foremost. And Al is a Blue Diamond Associate from Bend, Oregon. He is the top income earner in this company. And you have a background in teaching and coaching, and you're a recreational specialist, meaning you see a lot. And so we're so excited to have you host tonight and kick us off. And you are the hardest working associate also. You are a mentor to me and a great friend, and I just so appreciate you coordinating this wonderful event. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Lori. And before I take it away, what I'd love to have you do is share a little bit why you're Ian Univera and what keeps you in and what got you in and where you're headed.
Well, I had a wonderful product experience. I was falling asleep at the wheel driving my kid home from school. I was a menace on the roads. And this has revolutionized and completely altered my experience of aging. So I am 53 now, and I have more energy than I did when I was 25. So that was really the key reason that got me really inquiring about this business and exploring it. And then I realized, being in a former helping profession, I was a marriage and family therapist at one time, that I could help so many more people with a financial vehicle as well as stress management and their health. And so that was the full package for me. And then having an opportunity to give back to our community through our philanthropic arm, Serve First, that was the final icing on the cake. So those are the key reasons. I'd love to retire my husband early. He worked hard for me, so, and our family.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you, Lori, and I appreciate you and Marlena hosting every Tuesday night. We have a meeting at 6 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time, and you do an overview of the company, and I appreciate you doing that. And we're going to start off with Glen Hubbard. He's down in the Sacramento area tonight. Glen, you got a great story. If you wouldn't mind, I'd love you to take it away and get started.
All right, thank you, Al. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Univera Land, and this is a great opportunity. Just real quick, there's a couple things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a villain that's on this call. There's a villain in the house right now, and I'll talk about that villain in a minute. But I joined this relationship marketing company in 2008. I was with another company for 11 years called Niken. After 11 years, I was making $200 a month, had 88 people on my team. So I wasn't the best relationship marketing guy in the world, although I watched Al in that company make $435,000 or whatever that number was in 1 month. So I was kind of not a relationship marketing type of guy. I joined this company in 2008 of April. I have my 10-year anniversary just passed. And I believed in the technology because my wife had experience. So we joined April 1st of 2008. And from that moment that we joined, we went platinum our first month, diamond our 9th month. We broke 5 dimes in our first year. We made over $1 million. So the reality that it works, and the reason why this business works is because we have a product that is so cutting edge, which you'll get used to. You'll hear from that from some of the doctors that are coming on. But the villain on this call is called time. See, time is a silent killer right now. In America, we're on a conveyor belt of life. That conveyor belt starts at age 1 when you're born, and you start going through the aging process. And by 30, you're starting to feel good. You got, like life is good, but there's a lot of things that are starting to happen. Well, you know what's happening right now? It's called Univera. And the beauty of this thing right now, Al, is time is a silent killer. Time is the villain. But Univera has come to the rescue because Univera is working with Mother Nature to enjoy Father Time. And so we have a solution to this problem that everybody's going to face. And if you don't take care of time as you go through that conveyor belt and you're going through that aging process, if you don't do something about it, time's going to catch up with you, and you're not going to have a very good time in your life when you get to those golden years that you're supposed to be vibrant and have good energy. Now, for me, if I happen to pass away tomorrow, I got so much energy, that's just what it is. But I want to be 90, 95, 100 and still feel this energy, because Univera is going to allow me to have that feeling in my gut, Al, because it's the right thing to do. And we're working with Mother Nature to enjoy Father Time. So Al, back to you.
Well, it's sort of interesting. Ralph Beats, our president, is on tonight. And we've got a chance to just have a real home run hit us just here with the Silver Cruise, okay? And with that coming up right now, how excited are you about Ralph Beats pulling that off and making sure that we have a cruise? Because you've been on every cruise that we've had.
Yeah, my time's up, but thank you for asking. I am so excited about that cruise because you know what? When you go on a cruise with these people that you see on this call and you're with that like-minded people that have great vitality and energy and they look good and they've taken this product and you have your team going with you, my excitement about the cruise is bringing somebody with me. That's the key. Who can I get there with me so they can experience everybody on this call? You guys are awesome, and I want my team to see you all and be part of that cruise. And I already have one that is qualified this month. She's 4,000 over her base in January. She's in it, and she's in it to play. And her name is Lorena Rodriguez from Denver, and she's already qualified this month to do it. And she's trying to get her sister qualified, Lupita. And I'm excited, Al. Anytime I can go hang out with you, Al, on a cruise, as young as you look, I'm in.
There you go. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Glenn, love your energy. We're going to switch over and have the president of our company, Dr. Ralph Beats, come on board. He has just done a wonderful job for us. He works well with the field, and he also does some great things for us in terms of making this company run like it should run. And so, Ralph, welcome to our call, the Imagine Amazing $1 Million Zoom call. So thanks for coming on.
Al, my pleasure. And it's a great time at Univera, but thanks for inviting me on.
Good. Well, you know what? I believe Univera is the very best company in the world. What's your feeling about this company, and why are you with it after all these? You've been with it, what, 11 years now?
Yeah, I'm in my 11th year right now, just finished in my 3rd year as president. And the bottom line is that the sky really is the limit for this company. I mean, we're sitting right now in a position with so many opportunities poised for the future. We've got products in the pipeline. We're going to launch some brand new products at convention, but we've got more in the pipeline, 1, 2, 3, 5 years out. That's all set to go, and you know, designs beyond that. We've got all the programs in place right now to benefit people. We're seeing people break rank for the first time in a while, but they're breaking rank and they're doing it consistently. We're seeing the company grow. The entire North American sector grew 3.5% last month. So again, the entire company grows in 1 month, 3.5% like that. You know, and I'm seeing an excitement in Univera and watching people grow, and it's so much fun to do that. You know, the other day somebody asked me, you know, what would be your absolute favorite job at Univera? And what I told them was writing checks to you guys, because the way the programs are structured, you know, our products are win-win. The legacy we have with our owner is win-win. You know, all of us have worked in synergy, you, myself, Glenn, all work together to put this thing into a position to just really pop and roll forward, create a lot of better health out there in the world, create a lot of business success for people. And, you know, there's nothing, one of the things that philanthropically helping, not only do we have Serve First, but having people get some extra income from growing their business, teaching people to fish, not just to get the fish, but actually to fish, get some extra income out of this, as well as help their own health, help the health of those folks around them like that. Our purpose is just stellar. And I think right now what I also see is not only we have great products, great legacy, great programs poised all for the future, and great leaders in the field, yourself, Glenn, and many, many others that know how to do this. They've been successful at it, obviously a part of this club, and so many people can learn from you. But everything that we're doing today is built so that if I sit back in the future and do nothing but write checks for you guys and everybody else in the company, everybody's happy. Bill's happy. And Bill Lee right now is excited. That's something else I got to tell you. That board meeting I had with him in Seoul, and you know, we had dinner down at his house in Lakewood. Bill is so excited right now about where this is, watching his father's legacy manifest very clearly for the first time on a good solid track and with momentum going for the future. It's just a great time to be here.
Fantastic. You know, I know one thing, you fought very hard to get a trip put together for us. So this Silver Cruise, whatever we want to call it, that was basically all about breaking silvers and building your outside legs up with 4,000 OLL. So, I mean, we're after it. I don't know what you expect out of it, but I'm expecting it to be a big, big thing. I mean, what's your hopes for this thing?
Well, I think it's a big thing from a lot of different views. First off, for something exciting to build your business with, and it's always fun to run for something, you know, run for a trophy, run for being first, being in a contest, run for achieving something like that. And I think having this and having people have a chance to run for it and achieve it, I think is just, it's great. And I love the competition, and I love the fact that I think it is achievable. The second thing I love about this program is that for silver and down, that 50% rule applying, anybody can play. And you know, this, and here's a great example of top leaders and all of us working together at corporate. We have a program that's got something for everybody. So if you're an established leader like that, you've got a chance to win this and a way to get in and go to that cruise. If you're new to the company, you've got a chance to win this and go to the cruise with the, you know, half of it being outside the OLL like that and half of it being the strongest leg. And so it's structured correctly so everybody has a chance to win, everybody has a chance to grow and succeed. And the cruise itself is fantastic because what better way to get together, to share some community, to share leadership, to share best tips on business, and just spend some time together like that and learn from each other. We always learn from each other when we get together. It doesn't matter how seasoned you are. It doesn't matter how great your credentials are. We always learn stuff when we get together, and we always walk away better, individually and collectively. So having a cruise like that and having some of these get-togethers, seeing a lot of happy faces, a lot of people that have achieved this, it couldn't be better. It just couldn't be better.
Well, Ralph, thank you for doing all you do, for working with the field as well as you do, but also for making sure the corporate stuff all comes together. And we appreciate you greatly. So thanks for coming on tonight.
Thanks, Al. Thanks, everyone.
You bet.
Thanks, Ralph.
You know, what we're going to do is we're going to have Ian Univera come on, the Seattle area. Ian's one of our top field leaders. She's been around for a number of years because she's just done a great job. And so, Ian, if you wouldn't mind sharing your story, I think that would be appropriate right now.
Sure, Al. You know, I came across this company, gosh, it's coming up on 14 years. Unbelievable. I feel like I've been a part of Univera my whole life. I can't even remember a life before Univera. And, you know, I feel so great because I've been on all these products. Somebody gifted me, you know, I've got it right back here, this little mini. I love these. And the product just was stunningly effective. And I was selling real estate, and I said, you know, there's gotta be a business opportunity here. This product is so outstanding. It works this well for me. It's gonna work well for thousands of other people. You know, there's gotta be an income opportunity here. And so I really went on a due diligence investigation. And, you know, that's what we kind of want to provide for people tonight. One of the first things that I looked at was, who would I be working with if I got involved? And, you know, you want to make sure you're with a professional, committed group of people that know what they're doing. That's really important. I looked at a lot of companies, and there's so many people out there that have no clue what they're doing. So I believe that we know what we're doing here at Univera. Ralph knows what he's doing. We've got a business plan that is, you know, rock solid. The company is rock solid. Our owner is, you know, the most consistent, steady, big-hearted, caring driver that I've ever met. Bill Lee is just a phenomenal individual. And, you know, we've got a product that we believe in. And when people get on it, they believe in. So all of those pieces, you know, make it real. And so I said, okay, I'll do this as a plan B, you know, make some extra money, you know, guarantee that I have some other kind of income coming in when the real estate market tanks, which it did, you know, a few years back. And so Univera really has turned into my #1 source of income for the last 12 years. So I always encourage people, take a look at this business and really consider what it could mean for you. So,
You had a couple stumbling blocks along the way, though, Ian. Maybe for a second you can share a little bit about what happened to you in your life, because life gets in the way sometimes.
Absolutely, and life gets in the way for everybody at some time or another. My husband passed away unexpectedly in 2007, left me, a single mom with a couple of preteen kids. And so Univera was really my only source of income for all these years. And I've been able to, be a full-time mom. And we talk about those components. You look at health, wealth, tax advantages, and freedom. And freedom is huge. People don't think about that, but that's a big one. And that's one that, people should think long and hard about having that freedom.
Absolutely. You and I were talking a couple of years back about the trouble with our businesses, that not everybody has freedom. We have the ability to go skiing during the middle of the week, which, by the way, is a lot better than on the weekends. That's all I got to say. But, we didn't have enough friends to do it, and that's what we're looking for, is more friends that want to actually have that freedom. So thanks so much, Ian, for coming on. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We're going to have Catherine Raymer come on. She's down in Sacramento. So, Catherine, if you wouldn't mind talking about the Serve First, a little bit about your story, I'd love to have you share with us.
Absolutely. And thank you so much. And yes, we're getting excited. We're having a great event tonight. We had a great event in Reno last night. We have had some amazing events lately in Lake Tahoe, Northern California. So just so everybody out there understands, this is going on all across the country, right? Just everywhere. We all know people everywhere. And when I first got started in this company, I thought, what in the world? It's almost 8 years ago. I thought everybody must know about this company already. My gosh, I was from Seattle, Washington. I thought that's where the headquarters are. Why didn't somebody call me? Why didn't they call me? I can't believe I missed it. That was my first thought. There's this amazing science company. I missed it. So I called, kind of upset, like, why didn't anybody call me? Called everybody I knew in Seattle. I said, have you ever heard of Univera? And why didn't you call me? I said, I've never heard of Univera. You haven't? Okay, I'll call you back. They said, what is it? I don't know yet. I'll call you back. I'll call you back. I called everybody I knew. Nobody knew about it. And I thought, this is incredible. A company like this that nobody has heard of. Talk about being at the right place at the right time. And, there are a lot of people, most everybody you're ever going to talk to, they've never heard of this company. But one of the most incredible things that hit me when I first got started, after hearing stories like Ann just shared this story, here she was left a single mom. She could, stay at home, take care of those kids. I mean, what an important story. The stories are just incredible. But the story of our owner, Young Ho Lee, his father, how our company got started with his life being saved by using aloe, ingesting aloe. Our company got started because of an incredible purpose, right? And our Serve First program, that is Univera's philanthropic mission, is so important to us. When you get started or you help somebody else get started, so this is what's really important. You get started or you help somebody else get started on these incredible products. You're going to help 4 children. That's 4 children for an entire year with their vital nutrients. Is that amazing? And 1 out of 4 children around the world, they actually would not make it without those nutrients and those vitamins. That's hard for us to understand here living in America. It's very difficult to understand that that is actually true. So it is important, right? Help yourself and help others get better. And then by doing that, you help children all around the world with their health. What better company could you find? Honestly, I always get so excited sharing and talking about that, the purpose, the meaning. Univera, you guys, get excited because it is incredible. Thanks for having me tonight.
You bet. Well, and you know what? I'm glad you're breaking out of your shell and starting to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Seriously, love you a bunch. Appreciate your energy. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Let's shift gears here over to Suzannes Zeiger. Suzannes Zeiger was probably one of the most skeptical people on planet Earth in terms of this business. Suzanne, maybe you can run through a little bit. You've become a diamond. You've actually done a tremendous job. Let's go ahead and hear from you if we can.
Oh yeah, happy to share with everybody. Good evening. Skeptic was the least of it. I didn't want anything to do with this. I didn't understand this way of doing business because I was a transactional No, one client, a check. One client, a check. No client, no check. So I didn't understand this. But when I caught onto the science, which I never seen in my 35 years as a clinical nutritionist anywhere, not before or after I got involved, but I caught onto that. And being the skeptic, I went all the way to South Korea and toured the 80,000 square feet of research facility over there, was blown away what they had, came home and said, do you guys know what you have? And of course they said yes, but since then, all these brilliant 50 scientists have hired Ralph Beats to come in and actually turn this into a company that we can all take to the top. So I'm super excited. What I really would like to encourage everybody, if you're going to do this, make a decision. You know, we have different ways of looking on how to run a company. Some of us run a company based on commitment. Some of us run a company based on emotions. Well, if you're going to run a company that'll get you anywhere, you need to run it on commitment. So I am so committed to Univera, and to bring any of those that I could help there with me. If you're running it on emotion, you're in, you're out, you go to LDW, you're excited, the next month you're not excited. So may I just encourage you all, make a commitment, let's get this done.
Fantastic. Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate you coming on. And we're going to go up to Victoria, BC. Matt Learning, are you with us tonight?
I am. Al, can you hear me?
Yeah. What I'd love to hear is, why is a guy your age, the millennials, if you please, doing this business?
Well, I'm 29. And first of all, I love having fun. So that's why I'm doing it.
Okay.
But I'll just be honest with you. There's a lot of us, Glenn said it to start this whole video off. There's tons of people under 30 with serious health problems, and nobody's talking about it. So first of all, to give people the opportunity and the space to even have conversation about their health, that's changing the world right there. And there's a lot of us under 30, so this is going to be global. Don't worry, I guarantee it. And let's face it, also, we no longer live in a world where working 40 hours a week can actually produce enough wealth to have freedom. So basically, here's what I'm going to share with you. There's 3 simple questions I've been asking people. I basically say, hey, if you could be a millionaire, would you? And most people say, yeah. Some people say, sure. Some people say, well, as long as I don't have to kill anybody. And I say, okay, well, good. Me too. I'm in the same boat as you. However, can I share with you the new definition of a millionaire? And they say, sure. And I tell them, well, the new definition of a millionaire is someone who's made the $1 million, but they've done so by helping to change 1 million lives. And they say, huh, I like that. And I say, me too. If I could introduce you to the company that's doing it, would that be of value to you? And then away we go. And so also, Al, thanks for having me on. I'm going to share 3 simple rules that we use to cultivate millennial momentum. First of all, be yourself. Everybody wants to be themselves. So Univera gives you the permission to do it. Friends first. Let's face it, when we were kids in the playground, it was easy to make friends. If there was a training program in a company that retrained you how to make friends again, that would be obviously awesome. And the third rule is it's leave people better than you find them. Always leave people better than you find them, because subconsciously, the people who we're approaching and talking to, they're going to have to duplicate with others the feeling they're getting from us. And so if we're leaving people better than we find them, then they're going to get successful by doing the same thing. And that feels good. It's innate in us as human beings to serve others. And then the 4th rule, the secret rule, is have no attachment to the outcome, as David and all of y'all teach so much. So just thanks for being such great coaches and mentors out there.
Well, thank you, Matt. Appreciate you coming on, and keep rock and rolling, because the way I got it figured, you guys are ultimately my social security, and my social security is based on helping you become very successful and way out earning me. So I'm excited about you coming on. We're going to go ahead and switch over to Chicagoland, over to Tony Fightmaster. Basically, Tony, tell us a little bit of your story and Univera and why you're doing it.
Well, 13 and a half years ago, I had some gentlemen that I trusted that got started with Univera, and quite honestly, I got started to try to create another income stream, Al, and I did it on faith. So I signed up, and then within 2 weeks, taking extra for the first 2 weeks, I realized, oh my word, this is amazing. This product Janine and I were sleeping better at night. I was alert and focused all day long. And I also broke my caffeine habit with coffee. I didn't need it anymore. And off we went. I started giving it away. I gave away about 55 gifts that year, and the rest was history. You know, we helped about 900 people that year, began to move toward health as a result of introducing them to Univera.
You know, Tony, when you say you went to the diamond level in about 11 months' time, you did it through a gifting process. Tell us a little bit about the gifting process that you were using at that time.
Yeah, I would give people 6 little minis, two a day for 3 days, and then check back with them within 24 hours, actually, to see how the first day was going, and then connect with them after 3 days. And I found out that 30% of the people would begin to feel some kind of subtle positive results within 3 days of consistently being compliant, taking extra. But 70% of the people were more in my category. It took about 2 weeks. And so if I found somebody that was serious, maybe they weren't sure after 3 days that they wanted to get started with us, I would gift them a concentrate 2 weeks. So ended up, we gifted 70% of the people ended up enrolling because they began to feel results within 2 weeks of being on the product. And so it was just, you know, the product sold itself, and we just followed up and made sure we followed up right.
Fantastic. Well, appreciate your nonstop effort. You are one of the people that I respect most in my life in terms of, man, there's no quit in Tony Fightmaster. So thanks a lot for coming on the call tonight. Appreciate it.
You bet.
We're going to switch over to Seattle, Washington, to Dr. Mike Kaufman. Dr. Mike Kaufman is went diamond in 4.5 months' time. The average diamond makes $15,000 to $18,000 a month, so that's a nice little round number there. But that's not why he got in. So, Mike, I'm going to let you share your story and a little bit why you believe in the products and why they make a difference for you.
Well, thanks, Al. I appreciate you letting me on. I definitely had a great experience when I first got involved. I had about, I would say about a month of experience on the product before I actually came to a meeting. Dr. Waddell gave me the products, and it changed my world. I had like discomfort from my toes to my head, shoulder, old football injuries and a car accident, and just seeing a lot of patients. My life was full of stress. I just built my dream clinic, and then I built my dream house about 4 years later. So I had debt up to above my eyebrows. And, you know, we were having fun. We were doing great. But, you know, from the product standpoint, I just finished a neurology diplomat program. And I just knew we needed to address inflammation. Americans were deficient in almost every nutrient. And I just knew this was the answer because it had changed me so much. And I was taking like 40 pills a day before Univera. And I honestly never felt an experience. So I got on this one product, just extra. And it rocked my world. I said, something's different about this company. I Googled every ingredient, researched the research, and I said, man, this company's for real. The product's for real. The science is for real. The people involved, I met you and Ron and Jan Wojnowski, and I met Ann Newfer at the time. And, I just said, these people are really great people. And I think that's, something so important for me, to plug your umbilical cord into someone. I always said, watch who you plug your umbilical cord into. And I met you. I knew you were sincere. You looked me in the eye. You didn't flinch when you told me I could do really well in this business. I had family members that had done network marketing for years. I never saw like any great results. So I was a little skeptical. But I met you and I knew you were for real. And I knew this company. So I kept researching. And then, of course, I joined. And I think it was our 4th month we went diamond. And, it was exciting because, all I did was hand the product to people. And I told them, you got to, try the product. It's going to work, but get in business with me. So I wanted to go to the diamond level fast because otherwise my wife would probably not really like me to be out at nights doing this. I was already working full time and a half. So this was like the quarter time after the full time and a half. And I literally would go from like 7 to 10 at night, 2 or 3 or 4 nights a week. And then Saturdays and Sundays, I'd fill my day with appointments and just call people and say, you know, I got a gift for you. I want to share something with you. And I'm looking for 7 people that want to go to this diamond level, it's called. And I thought you'd be one of them. I went with really entrepreneurial minded people. That was what I knew would happen. And of course, then I gave away thousands of dollars in my product in my clinic, just gave it away for free. Never signed up a person for months. I was just giving it away because it was like a miracle product. And of course, you know, out of those, you know, about 90 gifts I gave out in that first probably 120 days, about 60 or 70 joined me. I had a very high close rate. Some people buy an executive pack. Back then it was $1,400 and never do another thing. They just took the products. And I thought, well, they got a good deal on the products. But all the other people that joined me, you know, a lot of them built to gold, had 2 or 3 platinums. And it was exciting. It was an exciting time. My brother, was blessed to have my brother, who's a total stud, join me. And, you know, he went to platinum before I ever even went there for my first meeting. He was a platinum already. So, you know, that's a nice feeling, right? And so it changed his world like it did mine. So it was a blast. It was actually a blast. And we're ready to go do that again, Al. Very ready to do this again.
Fantastic. You know, one of the interesting things you just said there, this is good for your family. You don't have to be ashamed of it. You don't, because we have that 90-day unconditional money back guarantee, even though you and I don't particularly use that, the reality is it keeps us from breaking faith with our family members, with our friends, or anyone else. Because if you can't see, feel, and measure a difference, they can get their money back. So,
absolutely.
You know, I love the fact that you took time out of your practice tonight. Get back there and go make some money. And we're proud to have you on the. Actually, you're the head of the medical advisory board, and so we had a chance to talk to Ralph Beats quite a bit. How important is the science portion of this business?
Yeah, you know, if any doctor is involved in network marketing, you know, I would think they'd want to be with Univera because we're one of the only companies with real science. We're not just doing lip service to it. We really have the science, the backing, the studies. We're going to try to make that more and more available to everybody in a legal way with the federal government. So you watch what's coming in the future. It's pretty exciting, Ralph, what we're going to do with trying to help you and people understand the science without claiming to cure, prevent, or diagnose anything. They're going to have the strength to be able to share with people, you know, with full confidence about our research.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Mike. Appreciate you coming on, and we're going to switch over to our final speaker for this evening, it's not Doctor, it's David Rayner. He played Sammy Davis Jr. though, so it wasn't all bad. I mean, that was pretty good. But David Rayner is a recipient of the Yunho Lee Award, the highest award we have. David does a lot of things behind the scenes. He helps with our text program. He helps with the videos we produce. He's been a script writer in Hollywood. He's basically produced movies, and he's been in movies where he starred. So basically, David, love to have you wrap it up and talk about why Bill Lee does this and why do we do this?
Well, thank you, Al. And, you know, I almost was a doctor for just a second there, you know.
There you go. It was close.
But you know what? You know, that's the thing I love about Univera is that I don't have to be a doctor. You know, we don't treat, cure, or diagnose. But I'll tell you what, you know, talking about Billy and me, because I think everybody on this call has an opportunity to kind of change lives. Bill Lee made a decision to invest in the science around medicinal plants and health, and then made that available to us. And I realized that it wasn't about Bill Lee anymore. It became about me making the decision if I wanted to help other people. Like, I've been blessed. I've received some amazing gifts. I'll tell you a little bit about me. But if I receive these gifts, I receive something that's beautiful in my life. And why would I not tell anyone? And I want you to think about your life. How many of you have ever been to an amazing restaurant or seen a great movie and you literally told nobody? It's not even natural. It's not even something that you would think about. So once you get something into your life that's great, you've got to share it. So for me, I want to tell you, when I think about where I was before Univera, I don't know if you've ever experienced staying up at night because you're thinking about how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to take care of your kids. I have a child with special needs. My wife was dealing with some seriously compromised immune system issues. I had 3 children at home in private school, and I was in a movie business that I loved what I ended up doing, but I didn't love 90% of what I had to do to get there. And so what happened was I was stressed out, overworked, underpaid, and I was doing the kind of work where I would beat out thousands, if not millions of people to get one job, and then I have to do it again 6 months later. Hard work, but I was good at that. But what I got to, Univera, when I started taking the products, my stress went from a 9 to a 1. And then I got mental clarity. And you know what the clarity gave me? That I didn't want to spend 90% of my life doing what I didn't love, not impacting people in a dynamic and important way. I got the mental clarity to actually stop focusing on the movie business. See, it was like doing something that I could do, but it wasn't producing the result I wanted in my life. And I started talking to people about how I could help them. And Univera was at the forefront. You know, I'm all about changing people's lives, either in health, wealth. I think we have a number of things in Univera and around this world where we can help purpose. We can change the world. And that's what attracted me to the Univera as a vehicle. And I'll tell you, if you're on this call, if you know anybody that is a powerful person that hasn't maxed out, that hasn't become great, look at Univera, because I never thought Univera would be as amazing a vehicle as it is. But when you've got an owner like Bill Lee, who has given millions and hundreds of millions of dollars to research plants so that we could actually feel good without needing stuff with side effects. And he's done the research so we can feel safe and it can be standardized. And we can tell our loved ones about something that makes them feel better immediately. This becomes an amazing way to live. So my invitation to you is to discover really what you want to, what kind of contribution do you want to make, and consider joining us in Univera, join Bill Lee, join these incredible leaders, because what we're doing is we're feeling better and we're making money, and then we're contributing to the purpose and the impact in the world, helping other people create a life that they love. So Al, I'm just honored to be a part of this community, and thank you for bringing me in.
You bet. Well, thank you, David, for wrapping up here. And want to thank all the speakers for coming on tonight. We want to thank all the people that have watched the program tonight. This is being recorded, so you'll be able to send it out. Ask yourself this question. Imagine amazing. Imagine if you have amazing health, you have amazing wealth, you have amazing freedom, you have amazing purpose, and basically imagine not paying as much on taxes. Here's the thing. We know that if you own a home-based business, it's one of the greatest tax savings you can possibly have is converting personal expenses to business expenses legitimately. So we just want to thank you for coming on and have a great night. God bless, and we'll see you on the next time we do an Imagine Amazing Zoom. Take care. Good night.